Welcome to the Switch unboxing. Let us get started, shall we? Let us get started. We have this Nintendo Switch. It's pretty. It has a box in the front and a box on the back. And you know what it also ends up having? It has a box on the side and on the other side with very nice, pretty people. They're doing their pretty stuff. Models. These hand models probably got paid lots of money. All these spoilers, right? Look, even more hand models that got paid lots of money too. They all got paid lots of money. What's on the bottom? Serial number stuff. Don't read that. Anyway, what do we got on the inside? We got a little guy right there. Ooh. What do we got right there? And we find out it's on the wrong side. Okay. Ooh. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. So I opted with the gray guy here. So I got one Joy-Con, two Joy-Con. These guys are perfectly fine, perfectly normal, not broken Joy-Cons whatsoever. Brand new out of the package, so I should have no issues whatsoever doing anything with them, right? No issues whatsoever. Let's put that off to the front here. Let's put them off to the side. And then we have what everyone is raving and hooting about. Actually, this is really cool because these are so goddamn tiny. This is so tiny. For comparison, real quick here. I'm plugging my whole 3DS. Seriously, the 3DS fits in the box. The same thing. It's ridiculous. So first off, let's too good of a smell, man. We got the Switch. There we go. The right side up. It's perfect. It's pretty. And there's a camera right there. Excellent. The 3DS is thicker? Yes. The 3DS is actually thicker than the Switch itself. Did you ever think that something was gonna be like thinner than the 3DS? The 3DS was so thick, man. It was so thick. So anyway, so we got the Switch. We're gonna put that off to the front here for a second. Let's go under to the second layer. In the second layer, we have instructions. This is where we find out that because there's something actually written in here, that someone actually did it. So therefore, they tried to get mad at Nintendo. Whoops. Well, moving on to the next area. Very insulated. What do we got in this insulation of craziness? Well, we have the first package. It smells just the same thing. It's too good. That's also bubble wrap too. We need to use that. And then going on in past that, we end up having... even better. It's the actual Switch Home, where I can see the little dingle-dongles on the inside. You can see the dingle-dongles in there too. It's perfect. Will the Switch play 3D games? No, they won't. Sadly not. That is one unique name there, Zofar. Do you have any affiliation with the possible website? We got the inside of it too. So there's the back side. Nice area there. Flips open. You can see that we have some extra holes and adapters in there. They are labeled AC adapter, USB, and HDMI out. It's perfect. You can go see them all on the side there. I do like how they actually leave some extra room on the other edge. I really do like that. You always find that, like, companies that end up leaving, like, end up putting these in here, just leave that portion. No. Nintendo went the extra step and cut out more plastic. Cutting those costs, man. You got it sometimes. Okay. Next, we have the grip. Not the charging grip, just the grip. It's not as strong as the regular plastic smell. So, this is where the Joy-Cons will slide into. No actual mechanics in this, except for hardware mechanics. No electrical mechanics based in this unit. Just piece of plastic, some metal in there too. As well, you can see on the inside there. It's good. Perfect. So, we're gonna coming back to that in a short bit. Now for the cables. Now these are important because people are like, man, You gotta get them cables sometimes. You gotta get some good, solid ones. So for once, actually no, they did this with the Wii U too, if I remember correctly. Ah, it's that perfect China factory smell. We're gonna go open this up. We got our nice HDMI cable. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be using this one. We actually probably will. I don't know if it ends up having anything special for these HDMI cables. WUP008, made in Indonesia. Maybe packaged somewhere else? But officially Nintendo branded. HDMI, not gold plated. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go out and spend your $400 for gold plated cables. High speed HDMI cable E202584 AWM 20276 EDC 30 volts Linkus. No other special markings on it. It's a cable. It works. And then for our second last package, that's part of this, and again. It's good. Power cable. Now I know this has already been said a few different times, but the actual output is either 5 volts at 1.5 amps or 15 volts at 2.6 amps. So it's interesting because I know a big thing right now is how do you end up charging your Switch, especially on battery banks. So I know it's something that that people are very, very curious about to try and figure out how do they end up charging. And on the other side, we end up having a USB-C charger as well too. So going to be plugged in directly. You never know, you might be able to use this for other accessories down the road as well too. So putting that off to the side. And for the final piece of plastic in here as well too. Wait a second, pieces of plastic? Aha! There's another one on the other side. They're hiding on the top and on the bottom there. One side. Second side. We're gonna be using these in just a moment, so let's get this out of the way. And they're gonna pull in our Joy-Cons. So we haven't pulled the Joy-Cons out yet. Let's do that right now. We got our one side. We got our second side here. Perfect. Now these guys here are gonna be able to go on. Now if I remember correctly, to make sure I don't end up screwing these up, because I have seen these been put on backwards, and today might be the day we might put it on backwards. Actually, let's just confirm here. We can end up lining up the actual LED lights to make sure we're not putting them on incorrectly. So I have lights on the inside here. They're a little bit difficult to see since we don't actually have it plugged in yet and powered on. And then on side here, there's also some lights too. Let's find out. If I put this on wrong, will it line up still? No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Okay, so white to the bottom? Let's not screw this up now. Align minus to minus. Minus to minus. There ain't no minus on this. Unless you're talking about the actual minus buttons themselves, and that would be correct. Ooh, that's solid. I like that. Actually, I didn't get to play with, when I was at PAX South, I didn't get to play with these attached. I gotta say, this feels a lot nicer. With the top portion on. Wait a second, we're doing this incorrectly. There we go. Now it feels even better, even more snug. It's perfect. Now, one thing that people, oh, there, that's what you're saying, plus to plus. And that one's gonna have the minus on the other side. Oh, I see. These are dualies. You can put these on either one if you wish. And there is no proper side to these. Oh, that's nice, cool. So plus to plus hiding up in the top corner, and then if I flip it over, it actually is a minus on the other side right here. That is really handy. So both of these straps, minus and plus. So there is no incorrect, what is the left, what is the right side. They'll work with both systems, which is really nice. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Can we have the click recorded on the mic? You want to hear that? You want to hear that click? I don't know. This isn't the right click though that you guys are probably used to. Now what do we got here? A lock is up, so unlock is down, which means that I could slide it right off. So let's get this nice and close in for you. Let's just do a nice slide. Did you hear that? Let's try that again, shall we? Let's do this once more. Ooh. Ooh. Do you want a third time? Do you want to do it a third time? Let me just slide that right on there for you. It's perfect. It's exactly what I imagined. Okay, so we have Joy-Con left and the Joy-Con right. So, yeah, nice little systems. You know what? I gotta say though, for these, I know that there's gonna be some complaints that they are a little small. Hands down, they will. I can imagine, like, you know, person with much bigger hands is gonna come along and then just, why is it not working? You know, maybe, just maybe, there might be the person that decides to play like this, and then it just doesn't end up working for them. But that was upside down. Realistically, though, yeah, I don't. If I do end up playing with these, I definitely would like to have these on for sure. And I don't know if I would even give one of these to someone without the top portion. That feels a hell of a lot better. That feels way better. So anyway, so Joy-Con left and Joy-Con right. But this is not what we're really gonna be here for. Let's take these off. Let's put that off to the side. Let's take this guy off too. They come off real nice though, which is really, really handy. Let's pull the switch back up here. So we have the switch itself. If we want to slide it right in on the side, and we'll do this once like this. And we'll do the switch on the other side as well too, the other Joy-Con. Excellent. Now, let's go and put it on closer to your ear holes, just for your ear hole pleasures. Still very easy to put that on. Say, let's do this. Ooh. Put it on the other side for you too. It's perfect. And they come off very easy too. They actually come off a lot easier than I expected as well. Like very, very, very easy. So let's take a look real quick. First off, I want to check this out. I was told that this thing's flimsy as all hell. Even saw a video about. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's try that again. I hear the nice little snap there. Okay. Let's try this again.
Maybe you have to have a harder surface.
Maybe I do have to have a harder surface. I don't know, the CNET video all of a sudden has become really...
Or maybe you're in a groove.
Maybe I am in a groove. Maybe I'm in a groove. Let's just I'm just gonna put this off the side. Let's just find out. I'm gonna put this. Okay, you know what? I put this on a nice hard table. It's good. We're not having problems here. Let's try putting it on the nice soft table again. Oh my goodness! No, you can't put this on a nice thing.
Couch arm or anything like that.
This is okay. You need to have a solid surface. Now I know that this table does have a divot in it, so it is a little bit uneven. Only one side does open. Yes, only one side does open. And it is actually a little bit difficult to try and figure out where that midpoint is, because it does end up sitting in there, and then you only hear a single click going in and out to find out if it's there, and it still has a lot of give to it too as well. So I personally would not be relying on this stand if you are on a non... Yeah. Don't touch too much or it will break. I have been told that it does just fly off at times. So, was that CNET video real then? Or oh sorry, did we not? Oh no. Oh no, what happened? It fell over. CNET wasn't lying. And I think that's maybe what it was, is that they probably started off doing it on a soft surface like this, because this is a little bit of a padded surface, and they probably did have issues with it falling, and they're like, let's make a highly exaggerated video about this, and make sure it's not good. You know, the music I think was a little goofy at this point, but they could have said that a little bit better. I don't know. Gotta be careful with that. You have to have a hard surface or else you're gonna be in for a fall. Now, one thing too I noticed here as well, which is a little odd, is that on the actual stand, there is a little bit of like a plastic footing here too, that's on the actual edge to make sure it actually has some grip. You can actually see it right there. So it does have some grip on it to make sure it doesn't end up sliding off, which is not bad. Yeah, can I try it without the towel? I will try that. Actually, yeah, let's try that right now. Give me a quick second here. With the, pardon, the sheet. Let's try it here without. But again, it is still a pretty soft surface underneath. And this table is definitely not flat. But let's see if I put it in the exact same spot. Yeah, no. It just has to do with math and angles. It will end up falling if it's in an area that doesn't end up quite working out. Our first fall. Perfect. Sorry, Joy-Con left. I know you're already having issues. Let's find out if it's having even more issues afterwards. Yeah, rip carefully ironed cloth. So sorry, cloth. You're so pretty. Okay, so what do we want to go and take a look at next? So, up on the top of the edge, we do have our power button hiding up in the top corner here. We do have our volume buttons, physical volume buttons as well too, which is nice that people are doing physical buttons still. I know Apple's been trying to push their way out on this, even with the new Samsung stuff, they're starting to push it out as well too. And then we end up having the actual game card area. Now this is something I really want to know is how exactly was this attached? Was it a lever? Was it actually, is it some other mechanic they're doing? And what they're doing is it's actually soft plastic on the inside, and it's limiting itself for how far it will come out, but it still gives it that extra flimsy to it too as well. So it's not bad. It's actually a lot better than I expected. So I'm very happy that it wasn't just a hard piece of plastic that they decided to go and put in there and just like, hey, it's gonna work. So that will have a lot of give. I can imagine you want to rip that out probably after a bit, but the aesthetic touch of it being altogether flat like that is actually really nice. I do like that a lot. So we end up having a cooling port up in the top, going to be very important when we start putting this inside the base station. We'll be taking a look at that in a second here. On the back side, we end up having that pushing down. We have 2 volume, from what it looks like, possible speakers that are built into the system itself. Looks like it should be speakers, either that or it's going to be more venting area. On the bottom of the unit, we end up having 2 screws to get on in, and then our USB-C port as well too. My serial number we have there, and that should be good for there. On the back, it looks like we have 4 more screws as well too. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. 2 on the bottom here as well. So it looks like, oh no, there's no screws there. Is it just the 4 screws to get in? Oh no, it's not just 4 screws. On the inside track, we end up having another set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 screws, 14 screws to get in. Interesting. Not bad. Okay. And then I think that's pretty much it for the outside portion of this unit. So what I'm going to do, we're going to grab the base station here next, and just to see exactly how this ends up working. So if we end up putting it in, bam, and it slides right on in there nicely. It just doesn't really have that click sound. It doesn't have that click sound though, sadly. Kind of does. Can I just literally just drop it in? I could just drop it in. It actually gets seated in there quite well too. Let's not break the port now, shall we? Looks like you could take some attack. Yeah, no, that shouldn't be too bad. What is that down there? That whole thing actually compresses down to make sure that the USB port comes out straight as well too. So there is 2 guides. It's a little bit difficult to see, but you can see 2 guides down on the separate edges there. There we go. So you can see those 2 guides. Once those guides go down, then the USB port itself will start going up as well too. So on the bottom of the switch, that's what I actually mistaken for more screw holes is the ones right there. Oh, I lied. There are 2 screws down there, right next to the guidings. So 16 screws on that. Okay. So you know, that works there. Also, I did forget to notice here, on here, we do end up having 2 USB ports on the side, which are probably going to be hooked up to the actual internal wiring that they have set up here as well, too. Now, 1 USB port on the inside, 1 AC adapter, and then the HDMI out. Now, from what I have been told, oh, and actually, that's a USB 3 port, I think. It's colored blue, and these ones are colored black. So I don't know if that's going to be actual USB 2s and then USB 3s on the inside there, or the one center for USB 3. That'll be interesting to find out. I have been told that people have gotten cheap USB LAN adapters working on the unit as well too. So you can end up just plugging in your LAN adapter. I don't know if they're using the side or the back port for that properly, or if there is any speed differences for that. But they have got it working. And then taking the unit in and out of the cradle itself too, would pop it into Wi-Fi mode right away, automatically. So pop it out Wi-Fi, plug it in, it would end up being wired as well too. So on the screen, it would end up actually having a LAN symbol instead of the wireless symbol as well too. So that should be good there. Okay, so that's the unit. Now, what we haven't done yet is we actually haven't put the units, the Joy-Cons, on while it's inside the unit. And what I'm actually wondering is what happens when this is plugged into the TV and you start trying to take these on and off. What will it do to the system itself too? Something that we'll be going to be taking a look at. So anyway, let's power this baby on then, shall we? Let's get this going. So to turn it on, we end up having button up on the top, right? Yeah, button right on the top. So let's turn this on. Got a nice little Nintendo symbol, perfect. Nintendo Switch, beautiful. Oh, I heard it. Absolutely beautiful. And this is where your normal setup would end up being. Now, it's so bright that you can't see that, but it is asking me for countries. So, now at this point, I'm gonna just try setting this up to see if it's gonna let me show this on the screen for you guys. So, give me a few moments here. We're gonna take our power adapter, we're gonna take this off to the side, and we're gonna see if this will work on the screen. Give me a quick second here.